We're going to pick it up in Daniel, verse 5. Verse 5. Chapter 5, verse 5. In the same hour came forth fingers of a man's hand, and wrote over against the candlestick upon the plaster of the wall of the king's palace. And the king saw part of the hand that wrote. Then the king's countenance was changed, and his thoughts troubled. He turned pure white and scared, so that the joints of his loins were loosed, almost peed himself. And his knees smote, one against another, shaking at the knees. The king cried aloud to bring in the astrologers. Who did he bring in? He bring in all the false people, astrologers, the Chaldeans, the soothsayers. The king spake and said to the wise men of Babylon, Whosoever shall read this writing and shew me the interpretation thereof shall be clothed with scarlet, and have a chain of gold about his neck, and shall be the third ruler of the kingdom. Then came all the king's wise men, supposedly the smart ones, but they could not read the writing, nor make known to the king the interpretation thereof. Then was the king Belshazzar greatly troubled, and his countenance was changed in him, and his lords were astonished. Now listen up. Now the queen, by reason of the words of the king and his lords, came into the banquet house, and the queen spake and said, O king, live forever. Let not thy thoughts be troubled, nor let thy countenance be changed. There is a man in the kingdom, in whom is the spirit of the holy God. See, small g. She didn't even know what she was talking about, but she was talking about Daniel, who serves the living God. Big G, capital G, one God. And in the days of thy father, light and understanding and wisdom, like the wisdom of the gods, was found in him. Who the king Nebuchadnezzar, thy father, the king, I say, thy father made master of the musicians, astrologers, Chaldeans, and soothsayers. Then we're going to pick it up in Daniel chapter 5, verse 16. And I have heard of thee, that thou canst make interpretation and dissolve doubts. Now if thou canst read, and make known to me the interpretation thereof, thou shalt be clothed with scarlet, and have a chain of gold about thy neck, and shalt be the third ruler of the kingdom. Then Daniel answered and said before the king, Let thy gifts be to thyself, and give thy rewards to another. Yet will I read the writing unto the king, and make known to him the interpretation. In other words, he didn't want no money. When you preach the word of God, you don't want no money. Don't pass that plate.